Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? It is Tuesday, January 16, 2018. People, are you watching this? Every single day this year, thus far, except for one, and that was the day that there was that rumor floated out that China wasn't going to be buying U.S. debt, we have hit a record high every single day. And as I am doing this video blog right now, stocks are yet again at another record high. Now, here is the interesting part of this entire thing. As I am doing this, some entity out here, they're doing it again, people, is buying bonds like you have no idea. As a matter of fact, they're buying bonds at such a pace that they pushed the 10-year yield lower. I want you to think about what I just said. Stocks vaulting higher this entire year, records every single day. But some entity out here has got to have those bonds. They just, they have to have them. Look, and again, I've covered this. This is fakery right before our eyes. And as a matter of fact, I did a video over the weekend where I explained to you that this propping up of the bond market is being done by the major banks as well as the Federal Reserve, because the major banks are guaranteeing the debt via the mechanism of a credit default swap. So with this in mind, again, that's why we're seeing action like this in the bond market, despite the fact that that stocks are going to the moon here. It's not real. The dollar is under pressure again. I wrote an article over the weekend talking about how the dollar here, the bubble may have actually burst, and no one's even talking about it. The dollar's getting cremated for months now. It's got to turn around. I guess it doesn't have to, but it really, either we really have seen the bubble burst here with regard to the dollar, or there's something else going on here, and we really need to keep an eye on that. Let's talk about cryptocurrencies real quick. Most of them right now are under pressure. Bitcoin is under a lot of pressure here. This really shouldn't be any secret to any of you out here that are following the futures. The futures have been being bid lower. Bitcoin is following. It's the tail wagging the dog, just like I've been speaking about for quite a long time. So I'm going to urge you to take a second of your day out and have a look at that chart on my website of the bond market. Really, people, it's so in our face right now. The rigging of the bond market has truly hit a new level. And nobody, no investor, no country, no bank, no anyone would want to hold a unit of debt here unless, of course, it's being guaranteed by the banks, who have no choice but to prop up that bond market. So you can expect, as long as this environment persists, new record highs for the market, probably on a daily basis, like we're seeing today. Speaking of that, right here, I bought SPY, April in the money calls this morning. I'm planning on holding on to these for a little bit, at least until some of this, I don't even know what you want to call it anymore. Is it euphoria, or is it some type of multiple expansion based on whoever's propping up, we know who they are, the bond market? But watch that dollar. Does it make sense to you that the dollar would be under pressure here, and cryptocurrencies would be under pressure as well, unless these Wall Street wizards are kind of at it again, because that's what they're doing here. It's incredible. All right, we're going to need to watch this throughout the day. I will follow this up at the end of the day with the summation, and it's going to be interesting, people. We're really seeing things now that are historic with regard to what the stock market is doing, the propping up of the bond market, what the dollar slide is epic. And that's it, pretty much. Let's see what happens throughout the day. Going to be interesting. I'm sure I'm going to post a few things on my social networks. Have a look at that bond market chart on my website, right underneath the chat room. It's really mind blowing. And it's funny. Yesterday, I wrote another article. I wrote a bunch of articles yesterday where I posted a picture of the bond market where I said, look, it looks like it's poised for a sell-off, but this morning, right out of the hole, despite the fact that futures were up 200 points, they started buying bonds like you have no idea. And that's what they're doing right now. It should not make any sense to you if you have even one fraction of one brain cell that functions. This is rigged. It is fake. But, no one's going to talk about it. It's just going to be ignored like everything else. Whenever these kind of situations come up, Ponzi schemes, Bernie Madoff, whatever it is, when people are on the other side of this just reaping the rewards of the whole scam that's going on, well, that's when everyone turns a blind eye to it until we hit that freaking wall. All right, with that said, I'll see you at the end of the day. Over and out.